Well, before truck driving, I worked in a warehouse, distribution warehouse called Wake Firm for ShopRite. I had two jobs at that time, and then I went from the warehouse and then I started driving trucks. But when I was a kid, truck driving always scared me. I was scared to drive beside the trucks because all I saw on TV or driving the trucks was the trucks crashing. But when I got older, the first thing was I like to travel. I like to go all over the place. And the second thing was through my travels in life, I heard about the great money you can make. And I said, oh, my two passions put together, I can make money and I can travel and get paid for it. So why not do it? The biggest thing that I like though is the fact that I believe that the military keeps America defended, but truck drivers keep America moving. I became very family oriented. So when I got to Americanstar, I came here with a guy that I went to school with. We were good friends, and we came here after, like kind of right after we got out of school. So that's one thing. Americanstar is willing to take a chance on us. It's family oriented. It's not a huge company. So I'm friends with the owner. That's you like to say that about somewhere where you work, and when you walk into a place, you want to go where everybody knows your name. Everybody's like, hey, Matt, hi, and that makes a person feel good. It's not so much about what you do. You can do most anything in life if you feel good about doing it. And I feel good about coming to work at Americanstar. I'm telling you, it's like a small town where everybody knows each other. Even though all the drivers don't know one another, if you see another Americanstar, I don't care if they don't speak English. It's like, hey, I've been in California and a guy walked up on my truck. He didn't know my name. He just said, Americanstar. Yeah, So it was like, it was good. You know what I mean? You always feel good when you see somebody else wearing or driving, what you're doing. Just on a personal note, I was afforded enough money to kind of start my own small thing. And at first I was a little fearful of telling the owner, like, yeah, man, I didn't want him to think that would take away from his business. However, he didn't. He was supportive. And he actually became, without knowing, a mentor and told me to do some things. And I'm in the process of doing them and they're working out. So, Americanstar is not afraid to allow you to grow either. I don't just talk to my dispatchers about dispatching. I might be on the phone with, there's a dispatcher, Dan. I might be on the phone with him for 20 or 30 minutes. At 4 o'clock in the morning, if I call him and say, hey, Dan, what do I do with X, Y, and Z? So far, he's never not answered the phone unless, it's been dire circumstances. And I try not to do that too often because he's married. But they've been very helpful, and it's not just work. Like I said, going back to what I said earlier, it's family oriented. So I might get into a conversation about anything with Paul. It's not just, hey, I need you to pick this load up and drop it. You know what I mean? I might come in and we just start talking about music, or, we eat together. I mean, it's just cool. It goes far beyond just dispatching. Like, you feel like you know a person, and that makes you feel good about the work you're doing. I make good money. It affords me and my family a good lifestyle. I've been able to put myself in a position where I'm kind of the financial backbone of my family. The people here care, and you can tell that they care about you. You're not just a truck driver. When I first got into the industry, a fellow truck driver, a veteran truck driver, told me that, most companies, well, all the companies just look at us like chimps that can hold a steering wheel. And for a long time, I told people, yeah, we're just glorified chimps that can hold a steering wheel. But I'm not treated like that at Americanstar. At Americanstar, I'm treated as Matthew Barnsley. So that means a lot when a person has to get out there and drive through the snow and you say, hey, man, why'd you pull over? Bro, it was snowing out here. Okay, I'll call him. Versus a dispatch. Why'd you pull over? It was snow out here. It was crazy. I felt unsafe. Yeah, but we got to get the load. Da, da, da. We don't care about you getting there. We need to get the load. It's a big difference. Every time I come into the shop, the owner's dad is putting windshield fluid into my truck. If I'm in there and he pops to the door and says, hey, I'm putting windshield wiper in there. The maintenance of the vehicles and the equipment is very, 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 it's on point. And that's important when you're talking about driving to California and trying to get back to your daughter's birthday next week. You want some top-notch equipment, because if that equipment breaks down, now you got to explain to your baby girl why you may not be there. I have recommended Americanstar to one of my family members who's currently satisfied, and he's a good driver. He had just gotten his CDL, didn't have too much experience, and Americanstar took a chance on him. And he's about to get married. And by the end of the summer, he'll be a married man. He just had a son, and one of his big things was he wanted to be able to take care of his family. And now he's able to do that.